Marriage Broker Auntie presents Behind the Scenes. This is an audio series documenting the lives of happily married couples who've committed to spending their every day building healthy relationships. Growing up, we've listened to countless stories that end with meeting your soulmate, getting married, and living happily ever after. But is that all to relationships? We're here to find out more. We hope to unravel marriage through stories of real relationships. I'm your host Priyanka, founder and CEO of Marriage Broker Auntie, which is a matrimonial advisory and relationship coaching service. What you're about to hear is an unscripted conversation with a couple who've graciously come forward to share their relationship story.
I'm Shobha. I'm 60 plus year old and working as a doctor. Yeah, we live in UK and it's spring is coming on, so we're feeling good now at the moment. Although we are in lockdown.
I am Anand. I'm a surgeon, work in the local hospital here. I'm a small town chap and want to stay in a small town. I'm kind of mid to late 60s, you can say, but probably 40 at heart. And still active physically and mentally. And
trying to enjoy life as much as we can.
In today's episode of Behind the Scenes, we have Dr. Shobha and Dr. Anand. Shobha and Anand met each other for the first time in 1991 in a typical arranged marriage setup. They got engaged a week after they first met and got married another week after. While it was at least 6 months before they started living together after they got married, they've been together for nearly 30 years now. They currently live in the south of England in the beautiful county of Cornwall.
How did you guys meet?
Well, it's through relatives. Mm-hmm. It was a very short encounter. So to go in depth, we saw the family each other one Thursday. Mm-hmm. And the next Thursday was the engagement.
Oh wow!
And the Thursday after was the marriage. And
wow.
he was in UK then, so he left a week after the marriage. So
wow.
yeah, that is how we met. Mm-hmm. And probably our real living together started after I moved to UK, which was 6 months after we got married.
Wow! And how did you guys stay in touch when you were married, like before you started living together?
Maybe once a month phone call, because in those days the communication network was not that like how it is now.
Right.
So it was just once a month phone call. Yeah.
The letter.
Got it.
And letters. Yeah.
Got it. And when you guys met each other and before you decided to get married, which obviously was quite quickly, what did you guys like about each other and why did you agree to marry each other?
You look into the family as well, isn't it? You think, oh, family is good. They are decent. That is the first thing. And then horoscope they look into. The horoscope match was brilliant.
Okay.
And then you look physical, so okay to look at.
Right.
And has a good job.
Right.
So what else you need? So the basic things were met, and then when you start living, then you see what else. I mean, how you get along.
Right.
So there was nothing before to see whether we can get along or not.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow. So it was obviously a leap of faith where you said, okay, it looks good on paper, so should be okay to be with this person. Got it. And now, 30 years later, are there qualities that you guys really like about each other? And could you name them?
Well, the qualities I like about her is that, first of all, she's kind of a homely person. She wants to kind of make improvements in the house all the time. She's a good cook.
I can
She
vouch
works
for that.
hard. She works hard. And she's very good with horticultural kind of activities here.
Mm-hmm.
What else? And she's very good in making plans, like holiday plans and, so that kind of thing. So,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. What about you, Shobha Auntie?
Me, yeah, I mean, I like him. He's cool as a cucumber. Sometimes it really gets on your nerves. So, yeah, I mean, whatever plans we make or whatever things we make in life, he does discuss and we come to mutual conclusion what we want to do. Not hard to convince anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's good with the money. He manages all the money matters. So I
That's
don't
nice.
get into that. So we each have got our, what do you say, strong points and weak points.
Got
So
it.
where I'm weak and he's strong, that's how it works.
Got it. That's really nice. And like obviously, you guys didn't know each other too much like before you got married, and you've learned a lot of things about each other. Do you have a memory of when you first appreciated something about this person and you thought, oh, I'm glad I married this person? Like, what can you remember moments in your life where you actually remember appreciating some quality then and there? Like, do you have good like memories of?
No, there's no turning points like that. It's just a very gradual transition, I must say.
Mhm.
It's usually very difficult right in the beginning to know each other's likes, dislikes, because we didn't go into such a depth before. And
Right.
so it's a very gradual thing to notice weaknesses and the strengths of other person.
I have a little bit of knee-jerk reaction, which he always says, and he takes time to to decide something.
Yeah.
So that is his good point. Yeah. So whereas I'm a bit very I have to give the answer there itself, or I have to get it done then. So I don't have patience. He
Got
has
it.
got a lot of patience. Yeah.
Got it. It's interesting that you say that you're not patient, but he's patient. But you say that that's a good thing about him. How have you come to appreciate a quality that you don't have in him, where you're saying, "Oh, that's actually a good thing"?
Yeah, because a few times it has happened. By waiting and patiently, you get better options and better things in life
Got it.
rather than just do it then and there itself and then repent. Oh, this thing has happened. I should have really waited. But
Right.
this has happened quite a few times when we book any holidays, any book flights. I have to do it because this is there. And then after a few days, I just check, has it come down in price? Yes. And then he'll go on, look, I told you to wait. You didn't. So, yeah, it does happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does a lot of things just by knee-jerk reaction. She has to answer somebody immediately. As soon as she gets some sort of message, she has to. There's no time to think. Make an answer, proper answer. Sometimes sleep over it, and then she has to just do it, and then she will regret. Oh, I should have added that. I should have done this. I should have done that.
He's on the other hand. Sometimes he waits for so long he forgets to answer. That's the annoying point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think finding that middle ground is important. I think so.
But she's good in certain things. Like as I said, like planning a holiday or planning something. She's very good at it because I'm too laid back and I won't move. But she does all the
Got it.
program.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I think for anything, I do extensive research and go to that extent.
Yeah.
It is not necessary.
Yeah.
And that makes me more anxious. I've got that, I've got this. And anything, I just, I think laterally too much.
Got it.
Which he is not. He just goes straight and then does it. That's all.
Got it. Yeah, I think it's useful to have a balance in that sense that you guys.
Yeah, where she's weak, I'm strong, and where I am weak, she's strong, and vice versa. Actually,
That's
so
right.
it kind of compensates. Yeah,
that's very cool. It sounds like both of you enjoy traveling, and you. I know that you guys travel a lot. Apart from traveling, are there any other shared activities that you do? Even on a day-to-day basis to bond as a couple?
Yeah, we do a lot of gardening together.
Okay.
And then we go for walks, we go for run, we do exercise. When we do exercise outside,
Yeah.
we go together.
Okay.
And we go for shopping together. We do take time. Then we watch television together, sit
Okay.
and chat.
And do you guys
yeah.
have the same taste in television? Like, do both of you enjoy the
Yeah,
same?
yeah.
More or less.
More or less similar, except the cricket and the sports, which I don't like.
Got it. And is there a favorite memory from any of your past holidays so far? Any particular trip that you absolutely enjoyed?
I think all of them have
Yeah,
been very good.
yeah.
I mean, it's very difficult to pick out one.
Yeah. Which one would you say? I like Santorini. That was nice.
Yeah.
Brazil, Iguazu Falls. Yeah.
That's nice.
That was really nice. We love Paris. We
Right.
go there more often.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And obviously, despite being married for so long, you guys seem to have a lot of shared activities and good moments, but I'm sure there are also fights and disagreements. What do you guys fight about the most?
It's usually cooking, isn't it?
Yes. No, another thing is comes to mind. She doesn't trust people.
Got it.
That one annoys me actually more than anything. It's not a fight, but it's a very annoying thing.
Trust people in the sense, I usually have something negative about that, and no, that's not right. It has to be. You need to check before doing that. I don't believe so. And he just believes anyone on the face.
Right.
It's not like that. When there is when there's a genuine reason to believe, you believe them.
That's where we differ. Yeah.
Got it. And how do you guys normally fight? Like, do both of you just shout at each other, or do both of you go quiet? Like, can you describe your fighting style?
Okay. He says always it's me who is more mouthy than him.
Right.
I think it used to be
quite vocal once upon a time.
In the beginning, yeah.
Right.
Now it's as we get older, it's mellowed down, and one of us will keep quiet, and mainly him who doesn't talk, and then I won't talk, and then he will say, "Oh, I won't eat today." This used to happen quite often when we are younger. He will say, "I won't eat. What I would do is, okay, if you don't eat, that's fine. It's there. When you feel hungry, you eat it. So don't talk for a couple of days, and then it just. I mean, when you live together, especially in the Western world, or you have to talk to each other. Otherwise, there's no one else to talk. So then it gets mellowed down, and then that just goes off. So the best way is to not to continue the fight and just leave it there to rest.
I don't think we had a fight for a long time now.
No.
What happens when there is actually a genuine issue to be resolved or discussed? You can't not talk, right? So then how do you actually end up discussing it? Like, do you give it a few days? How does that work?
Usually the discussion is on a very petty things, which wouldn't continue for days. It's nothing. It's very, very petty.
I don't think we have any big issues to fight about at the moment.
Got it. Yeah.
Even in the past, yeah.
Yeah.
If it is something serious, we won't fight on it. We would just sit and think and chat and come to some conclusion. Usually fighting is on a very trivial thing. Like, I told you not to put that much in saru or huri. I won't eat. It used to be like that in the past.
Okay.
So...
Got it.
You only eat, I won't eat. So like that, rather than on a serious matter.
Got it. Understood. I mean, it's pretty cool that you're saying you haven't fought more recently, especially in the pandemic, because I'm pretty sure it's quite annoying to be with the same person in the same house 24/7.
To be frank, we are in the same house, but not in the same place. He is always in his study room doing, I say always, PhD on Indian politics.
Got it.
So I'll be in the living room, or I'll be doing something in the living room. So we hardly sit. Only in the evening we sit together and watch
Got it.
television together. Otherwise, we'll
Got
be
it.
doing our own things in our own space. Yeah.
Got it. What would you say, like, despite like these fights being petty or something, I'm sure they would have affected you on that day or like something like that. How do you ensure that these fights don't get in the way of, your relationship? What is your secret to letting go of all of those fights and still being this close?
I think what I have learned all these days is when you know that the fight is getting escalated, just leave it there. Leave it there. You might think you are the loser, but it's at the end of the day that you are not. So you are avoiding a big fight,
Right.
which is maybe damaging. Then just leave it there. Yeah.
Got it.
That is what I have learned from my past experiences.
Got it.
I think best is not to escalate because things can get quite ugly, and so I think best thing is to stay cool and calm, and
Right.
not proceed any
Right.
further. So
Right.
just that's how we manage, I think.
Makes sense. Got it.
And
And
probably we won't speak for a day or two. I mean, it used to happen long time back,
right.
but not anymore.
What do you think changed, and like when do people mellow down in a relationship? Like how many years did it take you guys to actually?
Yeah,
Like-
I think at least about 15, 20 years, I think so. Isn't it?
Wow. Okay.
Because, I used to say our blood is still warm, and, we are still Josh, a lot of Josh, and you don't want to, you want to go your, how you think, and she doesn't agree, things like that. So until such time that you're getting a little bit older, I think that's when you start realizing that things is not going to work. Probably things won't change, and best thing is to accept as they are. So
Got it.
probably around mid 50s,
Got
around
it.
that time, I think people start to realize and slow down. I think this is my feeling.
Got it. And do you think this had anything to do with? Was there a correlation with Kiran growing up, him going off to university? It just like obviously there are changes in your relationship when you're raising a child together. A child grows up, then it's just you. How do those things impact your relationship?
I think when Kiran was growing, yes, we were busy looking after him. I was doing all the house chores, and he used to take him to all over the places because he was very sporty. All the weekends were taking him to his sports, and I used to work work on the weekends.
Yeah.
So he used to look after that. So we had our own duties towards him.
Correct.
And when he went to uni, yes, it was quite empty. Probably, there was nothing for us to fight about, and sometimes it was the fight regarding who will do what and who will take him and what will we do, all that. So probably we came more closer once Kiran moved away. Because there was nothing else for us to hang on.
Right. Right.
So we were there for each other.
When he turned 16, he started driving. So he used to take the car and he used to go.
Right.
So that was.
I was actually going to ask you that if like him moving away to uni brought you closer, or were you suddenly like, oh shit, we have nothing to talk about now? Because usually you spend so much time on logistics.
Yeah, no, it didn't change much, did it? No, I don't think it changed.
Yeah,
much.
it didn't change much the relation. No, I think
Kiran never used to be in the house. He was always out. He was always with his friends and things like that. So.
Right. Now, 30 years hence, there's so much you've learned about, being married and being parents and all of that. If you could go back and tell your single self, as in before you got married, one thing that you did not know when you were single about being married, what would it be?
One thing is, for me, the freedom goes away, actually. I used to say it's like bandana,
Yeah.
Maybe for men.
But that's that freedom of movement, freedom, because when I go out, what time will you come? things like that.
Right.
So,
I didn't have any restrictions. I could do whatever I want. In fact, I mean, he likes me if I'm outside rather than inside the house. It doesn't matter to him. Even if I go with my girlfriends for any party, he just say go and enjoy. I
Right.
mean, I don't think I did have any restrictions. What I do, what I buy, or where I go.
Yeah.
So no, there wasn't much difference. How it was before marriage and after marriage. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Fair enough. I guess one final question for the both of you. We obviously started this conversation where I asked you to introduce yourselves individually. But if you could, each of you, introduce yourselves as a couple, how would you do it?
We are very, what do you say, very down to earth and very adjustable, happy go lucky, like traveling, like to do things together
Yeah.
rather than on our own.
We are not over ambitious. We
Yeah.
are kind of, normal people with normal kind of ambitions, nothing too much.
When you've been together for so long, I think you've grown together so much that you're very comfortable with each other by this stage, right? Because what I found is younger couples are much more hesitant to talk about their relationship because they're still uncertain what the relationship is like. But I think when you're talking about like a 30-year-old baby, then you're quite comfortable by then.
We have seen the life, and life has taught us so many things, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
And
think
one thing I would like to say, these youngsters, including my son, says that not for arranged marriage.
right.
When you tell them that, look, ours was arranged marriage, we didn't even see each other before marriage. Oh, that was 30 years ago. But I don't think much has changed since 30 years. It's all the mentality which makes the marriage work rather than
Yeah.
rather than the time.
Yeah.
It is give and take between the couple. You can't just say that this is what I want and this is what you want. There is no. You are going parallel, isn't it? There's
Yeah.
no way you can join anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm so glad I had this conversation with you. Truly, truly a privilege to be speaking to a couple that have been together for so long and are not shy about talking about their relationship. So thank you so much for spending time with me and talking to me about your relationship.
When you've been together for 30 years, your relationship is like a full-grown adult who's capable of bearing fruit. All the years of work into the relationship really starts to pay off. What I learned from my conversation with Dr. Shobha and Dr. Anand is that building a relationship is a gradual process, and that commitment and patience play a huge role. Whether it takes 10 years or 15 years for you to see returns, it's an investment that's worth the wait. I also learned that in a marriage, you may grow together in many ways, but it's important to respect each other's individuality and find a balance between being yourself and being part of a couple. Maybe that's the secret to a successful marriage. I wish this couple many more years of good health, peace, and lots of travels. Thank you for listening to Behind the Scenes. These conversations are available on the Marriage Broker Auntie channel on YouTube and Spotify. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so you can have access to future episodes as soon as they're out. Please do like and share these conversations with your friends and family. Much has been said about how we meet our partners, but very little about how we build relationships with them. So if you think this conversation could inspire someone you know, don't forget to share this with them. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter. You can also go to our website marriagebrokerantie.com, Auntie with an IE, to learn more about this project and the work we do.